on your Facebook page, you said that this bill strengthens Medicaid by not allowing illegal immigrants to use Medicaid. And I do want to note undocumented people are not eligible for Medicaid. So what do you say to Iowans who might lose their benefits?
Well, what I say is that you're correct. Undocumented illegal aliens are not supposed to be on Medicaid, but yet they are. The government and the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, agrees that they are. There are states that are allowing them on. Even Governor Newsom in California said that they should revisit having illegal aliens on Medicaid because it is costing, I think, again, and you can fact check this, it's costing California about $12 billion. But remember that the federal government takes up pays for 90% on the Medicaid expansion on the FMAP, the shared portion of it. So we're absolutely strengthening Medicaid for those for whom Medicaid was intended. So our provisions that we put in were very thoughtful in support of what you just said. Illegal immigrants are not supposed to be on Medicaid, so we're not going to allow illegal immigrants on Medicaid. The federal government is not going to cover that. If a state wants to put illegal immigrants on Medicaid, that state should pay for that in total. That should not be shared by the federal government and the taxpayers. People who are ineligible for Medicaid should not be on Medicaid. That's not a difficult thing. If you're ineligible for Medicaid, you are taking up a position for somebody else. And there was a great article about this with the mother of a disabled child who can't get services because states prefer to have people in the expansion population because the federal government pays for that. So it may shift care to other individuals. And I think most of us would agree, and the vast majority of Americans and Iowans agree, that if you're a person without disabilities, if you're not mentally ill, if you're not raising dependent children, if you are not a person with disabilities, if you are an able-bodied individual between the ages of 19 and under 64, and you're able to work, you should either work, volunteer, or be in an educational training program at least 80 hours a month. And so those are very common sense provisions which will allow people, one, to fulfill their potential, two, to give back to their communities, and will strengthen and preserve Medicaid for those who it was intended for.